This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for August 16, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, hurting Trelawny residents demand answers in murder of 15-year-old Jamaica. Dozens of people who gathered Tuesday for a memorial march and a candlelight ceremony in honor of raped and murdered 15-year-old Cotton Tree resident Jamaica Cole did not allow rain to stop them. While the rains delayed the start and continued for much of the ceremony, those gathered were determined not to abandon their plans. Some stood and marched in the deluge, placards aloft. There were halls of justice for Jamaica, we need justice. Strains of songs such as Give Peace a Chance and Remain Virgo's Dirty Man echoed throughout the event, and the tears flowed freely during moving speeches. A scholarship fund, meanwhile, has been launched in the young girl's name, and there are plans for a monument in her likeness. Jamaica's voice must not be muted. She must never be forgotten. In this manner, we hope to always keep the memory of Jamaica. Principal of Troy High School, Eddie White, told those gathered in Albertown Square in Trelawny as the scholarship was launched. The young girl attended Troy High School. The scholarship will be presented at our annual graduation exercise to a youth advocate, to a graduate who is disciplined and who champions the rights of the protection and well-being and the safety and the security of our women and girls, White said. In short, the worthy recipient must be an ambassador for our young ladies, someone who fights against injustice in all of its forms. The school hopes to partner with its stakeholders and those who are listening. You are more than welcome to come and join us. The successful candidate will receive the invaluable Jamaica Cole Trophy and the bursary towards a tertiary education, he added. Already, chairman of Troy High School's board and the mayor of Falmouth, Councillor C. June Gager, has committed $25,000 towards the initiative. During the event, President of the Trelawny Justice of the Peace and the Lay Magistrates Association, Kenneth Grant, provided details on the monument planned for Cotton Tree. This memory of what was done to the young girl must be present in the community for the rest of our lives. Every time we drive past the Cotton Tree, we must remember that, and the only way we are going to remember is that I am suggesting that a monument be built. I am putting the first $50,000 for that monument to be built with a photograph of this young girl and the memory, so that every time, every taxi man, every private citizen drive past the Cotton Tree, you must remember Jamaica and what happened to her, Grant said. People's National Party Region 1 Chair and Councillor for Ulster Spring Division, Dr. Pauline Foster, has pledged $150,000. White suggested that the amount be split between the monument and the scholarship fund. All the speakers called on the residents who have any information on the slaying of Jamaica to speak to the police. Our march is a loud protest against injustice, inhumanity, cruelty, mayhem, and the wanton barbarity plaguing Jamaica. We are here this afternoon to encourage all of us to say no to the status quo, who see no evil, hear no evil, and will report no evil. We see what is happening in our communities. We see the mess our beautiful and peaceful parish is in, but we must cultivate a vision for what is possible for Southern Trelawny. Instead of being content with things as they are, we must learn to see, to hear, to feel, and to speak out, and to say what we know, White said. According to the police, a 39-year-old woman, her 15-year-old daughter, and a 17-year-old niece were asleep at their home when hoodlums entered the house through a kitchen window on August 6. The culprits reportedly used the blunt instruments to beat the three females in their heads, and the 15-year-old Jamaica was raped. The injured females were transported to Percy Junior Hospital in Spalding, Manchester, from where she was subsequently transferred to hospital in Kingston. She succumbed to her injuries the following day while undergoing treatment. Family concerned as a man disappears after alleged beating by security forces. The disappearance of a St. Andrew man who, along with his brother, was allegedly beaten inside their home by the security forces during a pre-dawn operation in May has left a family on edge. The Hunts Bay police confirmed that a missing persons report was made for 48-year-old Wayne Natty King McBean of Fitzgerald Avenue by relatives on May 16. The mentally challenged man is yet to be located. Wayne's brother Orville McBain, 43, told the news that he filed the report after his brother failed to return home. The brothers alleged that they were beaten by members of the security forces on a morning when gunmen killed a policeman in the community. Their claims were being probed by the Independent Commission of Investigations. Some residents of the community are speculating that the disappearance of the elder sibling may have something to do with the assault investigation. Them report them and Indicom start investigate, and by it reach the media days after the man just missing so. That no look good. Natty King come from here and anywhere him go, him find back him way home. We have got 3 months now, him family them want him, one resident told the news. Orville, however, is reluctant to point fingers and is more concerned with his brother's whereabouts. Around 2 months ago to 3 months here now. Get up and a look to see him and not see him none at all. Me no know. I am concerned, but what me a go do? What me can do? Me can't do nothing, he said solemnly. Orville said that since Wayne went missing, several theories have been swirling around, including one claim that he was spotted in Gregory Park, St. Catherine. He said it was unlike his brother to stay away from home for an extended time. He said their sister, who resides overseas, is also struggling with his disappearance. She asked if me no see him or hear from him. Everybody asking me, said Orville. He said that when he last checked with Indicom, he was informed that no one has been culpable in the beating probe. The brothers had previously told the news that they were inside their place of abode on Fitzgerald Avenue off Maxfield Avenue about 5 a.m. on May 7, when a joint security team on patrol reportedly forced entry. During the ordeal, which they said lasted about 20 minutes, residents reportedly heard them pleading for their lives. According to the brothers, the only explanation given was that a gunman who the security team was chasing was seen entering their yard. No weapon was seized during a search of the premises and no charges were laid against them. Orville, who received the brunt of the beating, had suffered injuries to his face. Staten looking to wrap up data collection phase of 2022 census. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica says it is moving to wrap up the data collection phase of the 2022 population and housing census. The census, which should have been concluded months ago, has been plagued by several problems, including staffing issues. Staten's Director General Carl Coy said that the agency has employed several strategies to ensure the availability of adequate data to provide sound estimates of the population and the key population and household indicators.
Staten has employed several strategies aimed at increasing the rate of data collection. These include the introduction of teams comprised of experienced and efficient data collectors in targeted areas to quickly canvass an enumeration district, the deployment of web questionnaires, and an abbreviated version, or what we call the short form, of the census questionnaires. These measures may impact the level of disaggregation of certain indicators. However, the reliability of the population count will not be compromised. The Institute, supported by our international development partners, will deploy all available tools in preserving key indicators. We will also undertake additional data validation exercises using more complex statistical techniques and additional data sources. Concerns have also been raised by some census workers regarding remuneration. Staten recognizes these concerns and has instituted measures to ensure that the data collection staff are compensated in a timely manner. This, however, must be balanced by the fact that the data collected must be of a standard that will provide credible data for policymakers, planners, and the general public. Payment for work done is based on the approval of census questionnaires. All census workers were advised of the criteria for payment as per their employment contract. We encourage data collection staff to correct and return rejected questionnaires and submit their VR with all buildings within the ED listed correctly in a timely manner, as this will speed up the payment process.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.